been a summer of flashy tech launches. And now it's Samsung's turn in the spotlight, and the company isn't making any big moves. Its foldables, the Z Flip and the Z Fold, are back with new additions. The Galaxy Watch is going Pro, and the Buds Pro are getting a sequel. But across the board, it's a story of little changes here and there, not big leaps. It doesn't make for an electrifying product launch, but it might make these devices just a little bit nicer to use. Let's dive in and take a look, starting with the folding phones. We'll cover the Buds and the watches later, so you can skip ahead if that's what you're interested in. So we've got the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and its big brother, the Z Fold 4. There have been some durability improvements, but mostly limited to the main screens on both devices. Samsung says they're 45% stronger than the previous versions. That's thanks to using stronger ultra-thin glass and making adjustments to the display's layers. There's stronger adhesive on the screen protector too, so those should stay in place a little better. And hopefully this time around, Samsung's figured out the dreaded bubble problem. The phones are still rated to 200,000 folds, and Samsung has made the bezels and the hinges on both a little slimmer. On the Fold, the 2x telephoto lens has been promoted to a 3x zoom. And it also includes space zoom for the first time, which is just Samsung's term for digital zoom with some AI enhancements. The camera under the Fold's main display also blends in a little better this time around. You can see it if you're looking for it, but it's much less distracting than on last year's model. Both models have updated main camera hardware. There's a bigger 50-megapixel sensor on the Fold. Image processing is supposed to be better too. Remember nightography? Yep. That's here. Samsung says low-light photos are brighter, and the really nice portrait mode updates we saw on the S22 series are here too. There's a few software changes under the hood too. When you use flex mode, that's when you have the phone folded halfway. There's a new feature where you can use part of the screen as a touchpad. There's even a little mouse cursor to move around when you're using Chrome. The Fold's taskbar is now on the bottom of the screen rather than on the side. You can do more from the Flip's cover screen too, like sending quick replies to texts. Oh, and one thing that hasn't changed, the price. The Z Flip 4 is still $999, and the Z Fold 4 still cost $1799. So in my short time with the device, I felt like the phones feel really nice. The hinges are a little stiff. You have to be kind of firm when you're opening and closing the phones. It's not really like a one-handed joint, but I don't know about $17.99. That's you can buy like a bag full of phones for $17.99. Let's talk about the watches. There's the Galaxy Watch 5 and the brand new Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. The Watch 5 is kind of the definition of minor updates. There's a new skin temperature sensor, and the design has been tweaked so that the watch sensors make better contact with your skin. Samsung says the glass on the watch face is 60% stronger than on the Watch 4, and the battery is also 15% bigger. And Samsung claims you can get up to 50 hours on a single charge. That's good because battery life on the Watch 4 kind of sucked. There are 40 and 44 millimeter sizes, and it starts at $279 for Bluetooth or $329 for LTE. The Watch 5 Pro is for serious outdoorsy types. It's 45 millimeters, so it is not small, and it felt pretty chunky on my wrist. Samsung claims it'll get 80 hours on a single charge, which is wild, or even up to 20 hours of continuous GPS use. It has turn-by-turn route-specific navigation, which is kind of unexpected, and it's rated 5 ATM and IP68 waterproof, so you can wear it on a swim. It's also more expensive, naturally. It's $449 for Bluetooth and $499 for LTE, so that's a steep $170 premium over the non-Pro version. One thing you're not going to find on either watch, a physical rotating bezel, just the capacitive touchscreen bezel. Samsung still sells the Watch 4 Classic with the rotating bezel for now, but we wouldn't be surprised if it goes away entirely. The capacitive bezel is fine, it gets the job done, but there's that tiny delay that you don't get with a physical bezel. Finally, the Buds. The Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, like 2 Pro, 2 Furious. Anyway, there are, you guessed it, very minor updates over the Buds Pro. They cost $299 and there's higher resolution 24-bit audio, and the buds themselves are 15% smaller. Samsung says they should be more comfortable to wear all day and that the air vents are a little bigger to relieve pressure. I didn't wear them all day, but yeah, they were pretty comfortable. Samsung claims there's 3 extra decibels of noise cancellation compared to the original Galaxy Buds Pro, and that these do better at handling higher pitch sounds. They include spatial audio and automatic switching between Samsung devices, but still don't offer proper multi-point support like the Pixel Buds Pro, so that's kind of a bummer.
Big bummer.
Maybe they're saving that for the sequel, Galaxy Buds Pro Tokyo Drift. This wasn't exactly the most exciting Unpacked we've seen recently, and that's okay. At least with its foldables, Samsung doesn't have to do a lot of work because it basically owns the product category. They're still years ahead of the competition, so the little moves and refinements here and there make sense. But if you were hoping for a summer blockbuster from Samsung, well, there's always next year. There's gonna be new phones, and then after that, there's gonna be some more new phones, and then Christmas happens, and then there's more new phones. So buckle up.